What's up, y'all? Good morning. This is Will. Happy Thursday. This is going out to all my introverts, man. If you a true introvert, report right here, man. I grew up a true introvert. You could have caught me at 5 years old, and if you could have gone back in history, and I would have been playing by myself, enjoying myself, and having fun. The only time I wasn't having fun is when my mom would make me leave the house because she had her own personal concerns, seeing her son, playing by himself all of the time. And she would make me go outside and play. And a lot of times when I would go outside and play, I would get into fights and get into trouble, because I really didn't want to be around people at that time. I didn't have the energy. And there wasn't a lot of education in the 70s about introverts and extroverts. What they did label me and what they did call me was antisocial. And that was a mislabel. I wasn't antisocial. I had friends. I had fun. I had friends who would even, when I was elementary, come and stay the night and we would have fun, and have sleepovers and things like that. So I was a normal kid. I was just an introvert. And an introvert is not a person who is antisocial. An introvert is a person who gains their energy by being by themselves. They still socialize, they still go out and do things, but they do it on their own terms. And if they don't feel like they have the energy, if they're not up to it, then they won't go and they won't do things. And a lot of the times, oftentimes, they're not up to do things because what they want to do by themselves at home, maybe they're going to eat something and watch a movie. That's more enjoyable than getting dressed, going out to a club and dancing and smiling and drinking and spending a lot of your money. So it's just a personality trait. Being an introvert is a personality trait. There's nothing wrong with it. Being an extrovert is a personality trait, and there's nothing wrong with that either. It's just the opposite. What an extrovert is a person who gains energy by being around others, by socializing, and they get fun and enjoyment out of that. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with either or. The only time there's a problem is when it's excessive. When you spend too much time by yourself, that's a problem. Or when you feel like you don't ever want to be alone, so you'll spend time with anybody, you'll have company with anyone just so you won't be alone, and that can be a problem. So, if there is a child who likes to be by themselves, they're probably a creative child. That's one thing about, introverts oftentimes are very creative people oftentimes. So, just let them be themselves and let them grow up naturally and let them grow and be themselves, because this post is about introverts. Mad love for you, mad respect. Don't be ashamed. Don't feel weird, because you're not. It just means that you enjoy your own company, and there's nothing wrong with that.